So in our last lesson, we were talking about finding the numbers that are greater. So in this lesson, we are trying to find the numbers that are less than, okay? So our essential question for this lesson is, how can you compare two numbers to find which is less? So if a number is less than, that means we're looking for the smaller number, okay? So which number is less? 22 or 28? Now remember from our last lesson, we were looking in the tens place. Or if that was no help, because is it going to help in this problem? No, it's not. Or we were looking in the ones place. So here we're going to have to look in the ones place. All right. So I'm going to draw 22 here and 28 here. So we know we have two tens in each problem. Here's 22, and I'll do 28 down here. So we know we have two tens in each problem. So that's not going to help us find the number that is less than or smaller. So now we're going to look at the ones place. So for 22, I know I need 1, 2 in the ones. And for 28, I know for the ones place, I need 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So which one has the smaller amount? So which one is smaller? If we're looking at the ones place, is 2 the smaller number or 8? That's right, 2 is the smaller number. So we know out of 22 and 28, 22 is our smaller number. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the page and we're going to do some more practice problems. All right, so here we're going to look at the model and draw square. So again, we're doing comparing numbers to find which is less, so the smaller number. So in this model right here, you can see we're comparing 43 and 49. Okay, we can't look at the tens place because they both have a 4. So there's our 4 tens there. So we're going to be looking at the ones place. We have a 3 in the ones place and a 9 in the ones place. So what's smaller, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Which number is smaller, 3 or 9? That's right, the 3 is smaller. So we know that 43 is less than 49. And the less than symbol looks like this. Remember when we were talking about greater than, we wanted to eat the bigger number? Well, when we talk about less than, we want our little arrow to point at the smaller number. Okay? It's going to point towards our smaller number. So 43 is less than 49. Okay? So we're going to move down here and there are some problems for us to work on. So this is just the same as we were working on with the greater than, except now we're talking about less than. Okay? So it says circle the number that is less. So we're circling the smaller number. So can we look at the tens place? No, we can't because that's the same number. So let's look at the ones place. We have a 9 and we have a 6. Which number is smaller or less than? That's right, 6 is less than 9. And we know we just were talking about looking at the ones place. So we know 36 is less than 39. And we're going to fill that in here as well, 36. And remember, we want to point to our smaller number. 36 is less than 39. All right. In this lesson, since we worked on this with greater than already, doing this type of problem, if you want to pause this video and get the problem on your own, that would be awesome. You can pause the video, see if you can figure out the problem, and then unpause it and we can go over it and check your answer. All right? So we have the number 80 and the number 94. We want to circle the number that is less. So for this one, we can actually look at the tens place. So we have an 8 and we have a 9. Which number is less? That's right. 8 is less than 9, so we know that 80 is less than 94. So we use the tens place to check, and we know that 80 is less than 94. And again, 80, and remember we're pointing at the smaller number. 80 is less than 94. Good job. All right, so for this one, can we look at the tens place? No, we can't because it's the same number. So we're going to look at the ones place. We have a 7 and we have a 4. Which number is less than? Which number is smaller? That's right, a 4 is smaller. So that means we know that 54 is less than 57. So for this one, we use the ones place to help us find our answer. Now we know that 54 is less than 57. So 54 is less than 57. And again, we're pointing to the smaller number. All right, we're going to do these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to review, and then I will assign you your page to do on your own, okay? So circle the number that is less. So can we look at the tens place? No, because it's the same number. So let's look at the ones. Is 7 less than 8? It is. So we know that 47 is less than 48. We know we use the ones place to check that. So then let's fill in our spot. 47 is less than or smaller than 48. And we'll fill the same in here. 47, we're pointing at the smaller number, is less than 48. All right, let's try number 5. Can we look at the tens place? We can. So which number is smaller or less than 8 or 2? 2 is definitely smaller than 8. We use the tens place. So let's fill our spot in over here. 28 is less than 82. And we'll fill it in again. 28, we're pointing at the smaller number, is less than 82. All right, let's try this one. Can we look at the tens place? Not this time because they're the same number. So let's look at the ones place. 6 and 0. Which number is smaller? That's right, the 0 is smaller. So that means that 90 is the smaller number compared to 96. And we use the ones place. So let's fill it in over here. 90 is less than 96. Remember, we're looking for the smaller number. So 90 is the smaller number compared to 96. And again, we want to point at the smaller number. All right, can we look at the tens, please? Ooh, we can for this one. So which number is smaller, 2 or 3? That's right, the 2 is smaller. So that means we know 23 is smaller or less than 32. We use the tens place this time. So 23 is less than 32. And we'll fill it in here, 23 pointing at the smaller number, is less than 32. And last one before I have you work on it yourself, 65 and 55. Circle the number that is less. So can we look at the tens place? We can. So we know that this 5 stands for 50, right? And this 6 stands for 60. So which number is smaller? That's right. This one is going to be the smaller one. And we use the tens place. So we know that 55 is less than or smaller than 65. We'll fill it in here. We know we need to be pointing at the smaller number. All right. So that is how you figure out which numbers are less than. So I want you to turn to your grade pages. I want you to do numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll turn to the back of the page and I want you to do number 1 and number 2. All right, and I will post the answers to these pages onto Class Dojo. Thanks, guys.